Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the SMA Victor Podcast. I am your host, Victor, who also goes by Victor the Inspiration online. In today's topic and conversation, we are going to be going over, can individuals with SMA achieve success within the professional world? Let's get right into it. Yes, individuals with spinal muscular atrophy frequently achieve high levels of professional success thanks to advancing medical treatments and adaptive technologies. Many adults with SMA successfully pursue careers across various industries, including technology, finance, education, and entrepreneurship. And and my thought process on creating this video is because one, I apologize, I have not been so consistent with uploading content on this YouTube channel. There's a lot that's been going on behind the scenes. And however, I am doing my very best to stay consistent and upload content as much as possible. At the end of the day, is to spread SMA awareness because the more people that become knowledgeable and aware of what SMA is, the more chance of opportunity it creates to create even more medical treatment breakthroughs. That's my intention with it. So let's get right into the episode is key factors in their success, intellectual capacity. SMA affects voluntary muscle movements and strength, but does not impact sensory nerves or cognitive function. Many individuals with SMA possess exceptional intellect and emotional resilience. And cognitive function is your mindset, your mental development. Remote work and technology. The shift toward hybrid and remote work environments has expanded opportunities, allowing professionals to bypass physical commuting challenges. Adaptive technologies such as voice to text, software, eye tracking devices, and customized computer mice allow for seamless computer based work. So essentially, there's technology and equipment available that makes working and doing things remotely or just doing things in general make it much more convenient. Whereas, we didn't have access to such equipment, to such technologies. Workplace accommodations. Within the United States, individuals are protected by the Americans with Disabilities Act, ADA, which prohibits discrimination and requires employers to provide reasonable accommodations to ensure an accessible work environment. Entrepreneurship. Many individuals with SMA choose to start their own businesses, which offers the flexibility needed to manage energy levels and accommodate medical routines. I myself have SMA type 2, and I personally started entrepreneurship 2018. I also am a published author of a book called Become the Victor, Turning Trials into Triumph. In addition, I have several YouTube channels along with several other brands that I am currently working on. So entrepreneurship is a great way just because in my own eyes is the reason why I entered entrepreneurship is because I graduated high school receiving my high school diploma in 2017. And I shortly after pursued Fresno Community College for a semester and pursuing business administration. Long story short, is my first semester was a complete waste just because I ended up in the hospital for having pneumonia, collapsed lungs. A whole other story on that. And so me being optimistic, I'm like, just do online classes. And in case if I get sick, what I can do the work in the hospital. I can do it remotely. And that unfortunately did not work well with me. I personally didn't like online classes just because me, myself, if there was something I didn't understand, I would have to email my teacher or my professor and ask to clarify the question. And sometimes, I would get a response and I am hoping, when I get those responses, I can still understand it because if I don't, then I have to ask more questions within the email. It was just too much. And then also you have to take in consideration that as I am waiting for a response, I'm also on a deadline when I have to turn in my assignment. So long story short, I did online classes for about a month, didn't like it. Shortly after, that's when I entered entrepreneurship, where I entered e-commerce, which is essentially me selling physical products online. So I would find a product and be the middleman. I would find a product and have the people selling the product ship it out to my customers. And I was like the middleman, kind of controlling everything. Really, really cool and a great experience, great opportunity. I learned marketing, I learned copywriting, website building, all of these um, all of these skills. And now it led into content creation on YouTube. And shortly after, it eventually led into creating and operating several other YouTube channels as well. And it led me to me being a published author, which is so surreal to say out loud. So the reason why I liked entrepreneurship is just because if I ended up in the hospital, I didn't have to go through me and my employer and say, "Hey, this is what's going on." And there are laws. I cannot speak for everywhere, for every state, and for every country. We all have our different laws and regulations. But what I can say, especially within the United States, is because of the ADA Act, is yes, you do have your rights and you do have your rights in terms of not losing your job if it's something legitimate, right? And I personally just didn't want to have to go through that. I went through so much just trying to pursue my high school education just because I would undergo ammonia collapsed lungs, and sometimes I would even be in the ICU for numerous occasions and experiences. And it was just a lot. It was a lot to battle. So my own interpretation or my own the thing I started to do is okay, drop out of community college, and their accommodations was a whole nother topic as well. And dropped out of community college, entered entrepreneurship, and again, my I thought process was me essentially just not having to go through someone to dictate or alter the course of my path. If I ended up under the weather because of my disability, or if I happened to be able to do one thing one day to the next not being able to do so, those are some really difficult conversations that I personally wanted to avoid and not have to go through. So and that's when I entered entrepreneurship. And but yeah, so I kind of just wanted to share my own personal experience with you guys as well. And you guys can Google me, Victor the Inspiration, as well. I am literally everywhere. You cannot miss it. And let's continue on with the episode. Resources and advocacy. Navigating a professional career with a disability can present specific challenges, but several organizations offer support, career coaching, and advocacy. Job Accommodation Network, a free confidential service that provides practical guidance on workplace accommodations and disability employment issues. Disability, a leading business to business network that supports the inclusion of people with disabilities within the workplace. Cure SMA, phenomenal organization. If you don't know who they are, definitely look them up. A national nonprofit that provides resources, community connections, and support for adults living with SMA, including independence, living, and career navigation. This is um this is a great episode. I had this topic in a folder, and I thought to make a video talking about it. Can individuals with SMA succeed within the professional world? I can't remember the exact title, but it was along those lines. And there are various persons, many people that are succeeding. And then my main intention with this is to one, spread SMA awareness. But if you have SMA yourself, I want you to not fall into that mindset that you can't do anything because of your medical condition. That is so much further from the truth. And you don't have to take it my word for it. Like I have my own milestones, I guess you could say, accolades even, whatever. And yeah, sure. But there's also many other individuals with SMA, whether they have like SMA type 2, SMA type 3. I've seen people, I'm only talking from personal experiences. I'm only talking from personal experiences. So I've seen people with SMA type 2 and SMA type 3 live very, very well and have achieved quite significant milestones. I have my own podcast called Become the Victor Podcast that is available on YouTube, Apple Podcast, Amazon Music, in addition to Spotify. And the reason why I bring that up is because I recently interviewed someone who has SMA type 3 and is a multi times best-selling author. So there are many, many things you can do, and that's my main intention, that if you have SMA, you can I don't want you to fall into that mindset that you can't do anything because of your medical condition. Does it make things more challenging than others? Sure. All of us have our own unique set of challenges and obstacles than others, but you can still do something. And that's what I really, really want you to hear when I say, is that do not let your disability dictate what you do and how far you go. And I think that's very, very important. I hope you gained value from this episode. If you guys did, please like the video. It really, really helps within the algorithm. Please comment down below what it is you personally would like to see me record next. And also subscribe if you guys are new. We are currently at 109 subscribers on this YouTube channel, which is phenomenal because at one point I had zero. So it's so nice to see that we broke through the 100, we reached the 100 subscribers milestone, which is really, really cool. And is amazing to say out loud because again, at one point we had zero. So it's really, really nice to have the support and to see you guys really sticking, being part of this journey. It really, really means a lot. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Please subscribe if you guys are new. The next milestone is 200. 200 would be pretty cool as well. And I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. And as always, remember, grow through what you go through. Much love.